Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Insurance for Entrepreneurs YouTube channel, where we're talking about insurance for entrepreneurs that are looking to build something great, created by entrepreneurs, well, self-described entrepreneur. This video, I'm going to be talking about what do residential substance use disorder programs, outpatient substance use disorder programs, and sober homes need in their insurance program. All right, let's go. So I'm going to start listing off some coverages that you need to be thinking about. I'm not going to be able to go into detail on all of them. I'm going to create separate videos for each of the coverage lines. So if you want to drill down deeper, you can do that. But the main goal of this video is for you to have a quick overview of all the things you need to be thinking about and why. So first off, property insurance. And your needs are going to be different based on whether or not you own the building that you're going to be occupying, or you rent, or if you're going to be doing renovations to the space. But if you own the property, you need to insure it. Now, one thing I see a lot of social service entrepreneurs do is the owner or founder of the program will buy the building in their personal name and then allow the organization to use it. So just keep in mind that this is really, really common because the business or the operation's not going to have money when you start. So it's a way of infusing cash or assets into the operation. But just keep that in mind, that insurance follows ownership. The name of the individual or entity that owns the property, they're the ones that should insure it. The next three coverages I'm going to talk about in tandem with each other, because the best case scenario for you is that you buy them all together. First off would be general liability insurance, which protects you for bodily injury and property damage that you cause to others. Second is professional liability, which is an accusation of a lack of care. In substance use disorder programs, the most common thing you'll see for professional liability will be suicides and overdoses. And then abuse and molestation, which is caregiver has an inappropriate relationship, or maybe two people in the program have an inappropriate relationship with each other. And so the reason I bundle general liability, professional liability, and abuse with each other is because very common when you buy them all on the same policy. So that's why I put it that way. Next is going to be vehicle-related coverages. If you own a vehicle, you need to buy auto insurance. I'm going to go back to an idea from an earlier part of the video where when the founder or the entrepreneur starts the organization very commonly has no money. So the founder will buy a vehicle and then have the organization use it. Just keep in mind, whoever owns the vehicle needs to insure the vehicle. And as the founder or entrepreneur, if you're using a vehicle that is titled in your name and there is an accident, that lawsuit's coming after you. So all the corporate structures that you've created to protect yourself, you forego them when you use a vehicle that's in your personal name. But even if the business doesn't own a vehicle, people are still going to use their personal vehicles to go to and from the bank, or sometimes people use it to transport people in the program. So you need what's called hired and non-owned auto liability insurance to protect you for that. Hired and non-owned auto liability sits on top of personal auto insurance. All right, so moving on to management liability coverages. I'm going to talk about these two coverages together because very typically you're going to buy them together. One is directors and officers liability. This is important for nonprofits to protect the board, or if in a for-profit situation, if you have multiple investors and stakeholders, it's important to look at directors and officers insurance too, because directors and officers insurance protects the leadership if there's an accusation of running the organization poorly in such a way that it loses people's money. In the publicly traded stock markets, there's lawsuits when there's mergers and acquisitions. Similar idea here on smaller private companies as well. The other coverage that's very commonly purchased within a management liability product is employment practices liability, which is important because it protects the organization for hiring and firing accusations, and also accusations of discrimination against people outside the organization. So that concludes the management liability part. We're coming close to the end. The next thing you need to think about is workers' compensation insurance. If you have paid employees, every state's a little bit different. In Maryland, if you have a paid employee, you are required by law to purchase workers' compensation insurance. You have to go state by state to know what the laws are. Some states say less than 3, some say less than 2. A good rule of thumb is that if you have an employee, you should buy workers' compensation insurance. And lastly is cyber insurance, because substance use disorder programs are mental health programs. They are healthcare programs. You keep a lot of personal information, private information, information that could really cause damage if it was leaked out into cyberspace. So you need to make sure you've got a good cyber program that's going to protect you if there's a data breach. All right, if this was helpful, please click like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on other content that comes out on this channel, and also it helps other people find me. This is Daryl Henry with the Insurance for Entrepreneurs channel. Thanks for tuning in.